Three, two, one. How you woofing doing? It's Jake the Dog here, and in today's video, I'm starting my second playthrough of NieR Replicant, where I'll be going through Kainé's story. So let's not hesitate and head right into this. I'm very excited.
Whenever I interacted with Kainé, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Kainé's dreams. Discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped leather vein at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vein which had existed for as long as anyone could remember and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale, white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on, come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Springing this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no! They found me! A heartbreaking smile creeped across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the lane, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang. Yoo-hoo! Kainé! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the alley. As Kainé struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kainé's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run? Though she knew it was fatal, Kainé turned to leave. Though she knew it was futile, before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kainé knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of the homes. She was attuned to their sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In society ruled by superstition and fear, Kainé was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt. Oh, look! Little freak is gonna cry. What is wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kainé played for the lane that flooded down and carried her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if they were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo creeped ever closely, the clouds began to thin and the lane slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's lock had taken my head off. Kainé couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kainé's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kainé, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to lay down upon Kainé. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kainé curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kainé ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east as it supremely confident about the future it chosen for. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kainé closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of rain, letting it become a world entirety. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kainé was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of the leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kainé. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was lapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Oh, it's like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kainé again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kainé, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run for a fight. The woman's smile fading as she turned her attention to Kainé. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began bloating at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kainé, she said, why didn't you fight back? You are stronger than that lot. The words of a grandmother strung Kainé, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in cheek for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kainé's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kainé found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk to that girl again. It's a liver lie deep. that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to anyone that attempts the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the Timo in her voice. You know, the pain of losing someone close to you, Kainé, you know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kainé was struck by the force of her love by the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kainé called out, was cunning, frugal, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy, but with each year that passed, Kanye and her grandmother grew closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud of tears and blood caking her face, that Kanye truly understood the depths of her affection. He was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things, somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kanye's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Course not. Don't be an ass. That's where Kanye got that vocal language from. Kanye drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word for this nonsense. You are my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with you, then they can go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wealth of dried flowers in Kanye's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable. And the beauty of it made Kanye want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh! These are lunar tears. Oh, Grandma, you made this for me so that those lunar tears was what she got from her grandma. Lunar tears are legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kanye reached up and touched the wreath, and she couldn't believe it was real. Well, where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was doing out the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kanye to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone check on the flowers used in its construction, made Kanye's head hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the lathe, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. It didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kanye blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We are going to be fine, you and me, she laughed. She said, long as we got each other, we'll just be fine. Kanye took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kanye gripped the hand with all might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away off in the wind. The rain had stopped. Kanye stood beneath the leather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandmother loves me, and that's enough, even if it's us against the world. Kanye let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kanye's dream daily life. In the distance, Kanye heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as he could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kanye's grandmother away with the axe, filing the air with both splinters of wood. in woods that could make the most. Why is it? That would make the hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kainé. Why isn't it loading? Thank you. That you, Kainé? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kainé, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. When she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running to one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kainé knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kainé did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kainé knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kainé moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and where were the days when any but the two of them could be found out the rocky acre of land they called home. Kainé enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kainé turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, to embed itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kainé swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. "Damn it! Damn! Crap!" She suddenly understood the joy of her grandmother felt in a good cause. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small, pink hands. "This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes." Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kainé redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her bucket of a small size, she took one look at the logs, coughed out a lazy laugh. "Pretty clumsy girl. You better practice if you..." Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kainé dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. "Grandma!" The old woman shook her head and pointed out a trembling finger at the bucket. "Get the bucket. Can't let it spill." Kainé steadied the bucket with first she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water swooshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. But Kainé didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening?" Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kainé away. "Just stop that! Just stop!" she cried, breathing heavily. "It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all." Kainé desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandma had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kainé was ending. Sooner than ever, either of them feared the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kainé came to the side of her grandma's bed and took her wrinkled hand. "Grandma, you are sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village." The old woman shook her head and tried to lies, but Kainé gently pushed her down. "It's all right," she said. "I'll be fine." Her grandmother fixed with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kainé strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky. She was still watching. Kainé moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandma gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither. Tormentors nor shade, and Kainé finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kainé took a series of rapid, shallow breaths to try to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She channeled those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund, older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kainé's presence. Hey, lady, said Kainé with a bravado she did not feel. What's at the optically? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildering rage. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kainé saw that her eyes held a different emotion feel. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kainé repeated. The old woman pointed. The woman pointed at a small building to the right before pitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kainé clinched, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He clearly been sent here on the same kind of family errand because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kainé happily ignored it. Scratching on tiptoes the seal of the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally kneel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eye grew so wide, they seemed ready to fall out of his head before he could let fly a comeback or worse, a punch. The apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the store, cursing Kainé under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such variety of supplies gave Kainé a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but the time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. Do you like that picture? Kainé turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She'd been dead a long time now. Kainé didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kainé, smiled, handing her the medicine. He reached into the sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayon. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kainé took the instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, said. It's a small village and the words travel fast. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Carly, and I think the way she has driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Carly? Thought Kainé suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached down and gently took the clans from the Abigail's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kainé scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kainé murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was boasting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost impeccable step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kainé returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding in a bit of places, leading Kainé to think she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandma's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already? Are you? Asked her grandma with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you, sweetie. Grandma sat up and examined Kainé from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Wow, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kainé with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, huh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kainé removed her clans from her pocket. After a brief explanation of the source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous! No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old clone. But Grandma, it will make you live forever. Bullshit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those clans away and help with dinner. But Kainé would not relent. In the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kainé took up the clans, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as the grandma was about to nod off, Kainé finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and slowly drifted to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these clans would, making drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a posted place. It could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kainé, she said between laughter. You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush! I will hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kainé would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face. An action she interrupted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kainé could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take it down. Posh, said the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pounded this for a bit and then turned to Kainé and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing the picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kainé's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People's memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a wall. But this moment will be different, Kainé swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Another dream. Separation. Kainé listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stood at the back stared at the black object on a plate. She's been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare at her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandmother, Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's not a bug, you fool girl. It's a Bailey. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Well, yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kanye. And I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kanye held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah? That's terrible, alright? Why, you little brat? Laughed the old woman. Look, look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me. Then that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kanye's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As 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 is often the way with two stubborn people, the relationship had grown into fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hard abuse in equal measures. Kanye could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kanye started to shoulder more and more of her daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kanye lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berries rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kanye looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was gonna check out the klima trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm gonna pick up some flagstones. So I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kanye stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around her home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the woodplace sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through the house. I'm gonna build a stone wall so we have some protection from the shades." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin into the wood. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this whole place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyways. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades, yeah. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can lure it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. "Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Kanye. Lately, it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought. Instead, walking over to her nightstand, gently taking the wealth of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kanye thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're gonna be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensible walls, and more talk about how beautiful you have become." Annoyed, Kanye reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandma's face stopped her hand. "You are a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you all in this world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from?" "Gee, I wonder." I'll I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kanye by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma!" yelled Kanye in a crackling voice. "Grandma, stop it! What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if she was the first time she had ever seen them. I don't know. What happened here?" I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just kinda thought the look on her grandma's face was the most heartbreaking thing she has ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No! I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old quad girl like me. You go get your fruit and your water and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice glass hopper dinner waiting for you. Kanye rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandma on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kanye could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kanye worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kanye pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she creased the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from the fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a black cloud that hovered just ahead, tracing its path with a finger. Kanye suddenly felt her stomach knot on herself. No! Oh gods, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kanye ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leaped to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her ruined hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kanye's mind began to race in time with the footfalls. It's too dark, it's too dark. Not just a fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingled with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horn, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it its appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kanye, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotten meat and excitement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kanye responded with a scream of her own. All right, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. It's you or me, let's go. The shade eyed Kanye with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, and if urging her to look at the destruction it had so chiefly wrought. With dread building and all, Kanye glanced at the house. Through the smoke and flames spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! As the sound of a voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive, thought Kanye. Alive! Kanye's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shades opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kanye trembling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her as she tried to remember how her legs were. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up now! As Kanye struggled to her feet, the shade stumbled to the house and pinned her grandma to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kanye lurched to her feet only to fall back to the earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken tail of dust, blood in her wake. Grandma? Hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kanye pulled herself across the ground with a maddening slowness. The distance seemingly to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting blasts blitzed from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard! Laughing at us? She had no idea how such a madness creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt that the Shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The Shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Glamour to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kainé was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kainé rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a knife from the pouch at her waist, she leaped on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The Shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was lashed to its foot. Kainé never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pooling from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kainé? Kainé's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out toward her through the smoke. Grandma? Kainé? You gotta run. You can't best this one. Kainé grabbed her hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands slicked with blood slipped from Kainé's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! I said run, goddammit! You have to live! You have to get through! The thought would stay forever unfinished before she could say another word. The Shade clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shadowed figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps, and the creature's toes on the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kainé's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognized mass of rubble and lead. Her grandmother was gone. Trying to feel her hands, which had been in hers just a moment before. Feeling, fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through mind, one after another, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kainé screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The Shade edged forward, black, ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kainé's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent. At impossible angles, her head rolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the Shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. A creature so confident just moments before took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Laughing like a mad woman, she leaped into the air and plunged the shadowed hilt of her knife deep into the leg of a Shade. The Shade took Kainé's off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight while resting on it. Moist sounds and pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kainé's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over. Kill it. 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 Kill it now! As the spark that was Kainé slowly began to flicker and die, she felt a desire to kill and a desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. And that's when she gets awakened from her dream.
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
We have this guy. If I get to fight him as Kainé, what am I gonna play my character? I remember this fight.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
Get wrecked.
My sword feels lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Get wrecked. Easy clap. Oh my god. Literally two tab. Choked. Kainé's dreams encounter. More dreams. Okay. Gently. Weakly. Softly. The shade showed that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to below one final roll. Couldn't kill it. Shame beyond imagining. Kainé tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge glow of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine. She thought it was a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought. If the unseen are silent, go to hell before I pluck up your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of a childhood tale evaporated in the smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you, that way you can live forever. No, stop! Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want, this the spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. Sketched After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kanye and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of a grandma, real as life. Kanye opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swim across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hold that picture! Kanye reached out with her remaining arm and waved furtively at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black trendles of smoke. Relieved, Kanye turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandma as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognized lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he dances jig. Hoo-doo-doo-doo. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ah-cha, ah-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kanye lied, her head back in the mud and smoke of a ruined house, and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? That voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if intensity had somehow found a way to take form. Kanye wanted to scream at the voice caught under his skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me! Kanye finally resorted to shouting at the voice of her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Bah! Oh God, you are the best. Clay glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving up to the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feeling the hot, swirling pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kind of tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the plane, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore it, sunshine. You're ready to give up. You're ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body! Come on! Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking its lips when it assumed it was filled with a mad, unabatable joy. I know, take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in their blood just like before. In response, kinda shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with pain at the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe? What of it? The slime reached her face, crept past her nose, and slowly oozed in the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kanye was struck by the most powerful sensation she had ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice of chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now, give me that body. Come on, give me the body, and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. The black lump began to protrude from Kanye's side as she watched it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eyes must be going back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop! The black ooze hesitated as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Oh, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. Brief image of a grandma bloodied and broken flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage, and she opened her eyes again. They burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kainé glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades burning itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kainé stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and began infecting us of her body. The arm created a will of its own. So stop! Gotta stop! Holding her left arm in her right, Kainé took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on! Don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up! Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that is lich, Sunshine. Real lich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kainé grabbed a nearby shard of grass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her dark and left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kainé screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid idiot, girl! You are possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long laugh that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kainé. Yeah, possessed. You and me. We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, what do we'll get a load of you now? Kainé looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller, somehow darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So listen, pulled the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies, people you want to kill, I can make it happen. That little fat kid that got picking on you, that big old shade that scratched your granny, we'll wrap him up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Whoa, wait, said Kainé. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want a drink from the well. Kainé considered that as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, a voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You, me, we could have some good times all together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kane. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name Talan. And if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you'll call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill it, the more your heart turns rotten and sore, and I like rotten and sore. Kainé found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Cholan. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Cholan. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So, keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kainé herself. Kainé waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then lay till now left arm on a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She wanted to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already run. I'm not a shade. I'm Kainé. Repeating this mantra in her head, she slowly began digging through the rubble of a house, began careful to ignore a certain lead-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what she seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking words, she found what she was looking for. The lathe of a lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the Growlin's petals were as bright as ever. Kainé started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the mouth and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak, and this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kainé fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually littered the dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily life, she remained in the position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Grandma.
That's why she says Grandma.
Kainé, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
So that's why Kainé was thinking about her grandma. I was like, she just brought up grandma and you had no idea who grandma was. And oh, we have this cute scene again.
Oh, hey.
So that's why her left arm is all lapped up. I never realized that.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kainé.
Welcome back, Kainé.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
The scene is always great. Kainé's just like, what?
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a...
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar
Oh,
tear?
oh.
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
That was so nice of my boy.
Waking from her long, petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and... I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kainé saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean,
Oh.
look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal, right, Kainé?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
You don't even like think about it, that she's used to sleeping outside.
What is the matter?
Kainé always sleeps outside. I never thought about it. Never even occurred to... Damn it.
We should turn...
Yeah, how is this gonna work now?
I didn't get much sleep that night.
Because I've only played.
For the first time
Jake
in
so
my
far.
life, I hated Devila. For the first
Won't
time
be
in
the
my life,
last.
I doubted Popola. but those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kainé and Emil's situation myself.
Ooh, this is new. Yay, new cutscenes!
I should apologize to Kainé and Emil. But what good would that even do? Wait, is that...
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kainé.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
oh, they're doing a light
I tried
heal
everything
too.
I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Pretty please.
This all happened when I was a kid, before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession and my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
So it seems like Kanye had an issue with like her socks, and people treated her differently for that. Which is why she was a freak in the first place before she even got the shade power, which she learned how she got that through that dream. Which I thought that was the only reason why she was a freak, was because she was a shade. But no, there's actually more to it.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I need to go see Devil.
Very well.
I don't get it. I thought I was supposed to play. Thought I get to play the other character, but that's okay.
It's Mom's diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
Oh,
My apologies for bringing...
It's all right. This is the only thing I have left. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
what did I started the diary
Say
clip.
there, can you not hear me?
Look
Why
at
are you
me.
standing about like a slack-jawed ninny.
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Okay, guess we're going in the dream world. This is the ward of the recycled vessel created to avoid the destruction of all. I didn't mean to start this, but I guess this is what we're just gonna do. This doesn't seem that bad. I just know I gotta be fast. Let's go! Collect. No one's stopping me. I like this music too. It's like a remix. Ow! Was he down here? Okay. Oh no. Get out of here, son! Why do I look like that? A black scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. Now what a muse plays. Wait! I just learned I could do that with my mouse button! I would have been doing that this whole time. Get lag. Okay, we're good. Got more medical hopes. I'm assuming each stage is gonna give you 3, so just Soldier of Assault calling forth white breath. They are legion, those who belong to the world of darkness. I'm just using this now. Oh! I can't keep up! I can. I'm gonna pop another one. I still got one more. Use it at the right time. Obtain the one-handed sword. Okay, I got a new sword. Nice, nice, nice. I take it. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world. Delivering onto it is the power of magic. This is very heavy and does less damage. I don't want it. Elect. Popping heals because I know I'm gonna get some after this. Get out of here, son. The black sickness stains the future of this journey to return to soulless vessels. Where is this place? I don't know if I've been here before. Okay then. We don't talk about it. Oh no, too many. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that the whole time either. That's not very nice. Direct. No! Damn it. I hate these parkour sections. Oh. Okay, that okay. Oh my god, thank god. Okay, okay, okay. I don't want to fight this boss though, heal. Music shutting down. I know it's gonna be over. Kabaku outfit. Okay. So we got 2 doors. I'm just gonna walk out. I don't want to do more. I want to discover Kainé's story with the time we have left in the episode. I can go do that in the future.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happened.
I just want to know, how do I put on these outfits now? I didn't know I could call an animal.
Hey,
Oh, I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village.
Pretty much, yeah. But look,
Okay, she wants me to talk to Popo.
yeah?
Sorry about yesterday.
You don't need to apologize. Let Emil and Kainé.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go talk to Popola and see if what she wants to tell us about the Shadow Lord, which I think will be the introduction of the
Popola?
fragments.
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize.
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district.
relieving to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
I like Bailey used it in the last playthrough.
Hey,
Oh, lead
look
bag
who it
man.
is. Remember me?
That red bag.
Hey, it's been a...
Sure has. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent...
Oh yeah, huh?
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and... Anyway, if you...
I think I'm going to the Lost Shrine.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead.
As well as the Shadow Lord's cat.
Let us make haste.
I thought I was gonna get to play as Kainé. What? Hansel. What do you want? Go away, dirty defective swine. I'm not like you, I'm different. What? Here we go, though. Aw, this view is so pretty, though. I don't get it. Well, I got to play as you. My status. I just want to know why I put on clothes. Hold down the magic button during a combo. Here we go, back where it all began. Let's see if we'll get any enemies this time. We should. I don't think it should just simply be a police. You again. Stop bothering me. Grimoire West. Grimoire Vice has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. What? They have emotions.
Ain't you excited, sunshine? We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
That's the first time I heard him.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
See, that's new dialogue. almost fell off the edge and I didn't want that. All I know is that I get to play Kainé in the future, but all I'm like wondering is like how would that even work? Cause like she has different abilities. Like do I get her abilities or something? Or is the story just supposed to be like I just learn more about her, which I'm perfectly fine about, but I was told I get to be her. Oh, this is all just heals? I already know all this. What am I doing? Oh, I have to do all these puzzles again! Just to push it down and we'll be good.
This is all too easy.
Don't speak too soon, Goodmore. Vicey boy! I forgot we have to go that way. We're gonna get some enemies to fight in here too. Oh. So this one I simply push all the way. This one I pull all the way back. And then I have to push that one down all the way because then I'm gonna push that one down and down. Oh no, is there even room for me to do so? I think I need to move this one. I have to make just enough room. There we go. What's over here? Medical home, of course. Nice. Turn back, the shades are telling me.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety, Shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Oh my god. It's so weird listening to him talk because I've never heard him speak before, and now I just know of him. As I didn't even know it was an actual creature. I thought it was the Black Scrawl, honestly. So that debunks what my first theory was, that she gets her power from that she was infected with the Black Scrawl, and that's how she got her powers. Because no, it's not. The Black Scrawl just said he kills you. Now, I just gotta make a little bit of space. I don't even think I have to move it down. I just have to. Yep. Now this one I just need to pull down enough so then I can pull that box in the same spot. Because when I put in that spot, it will be just right out of the way. Nice. Next, we got a fighting room. Epic. These are health slaves? Okay, I'll use a health. Bad aim! I need to get better at aiming this hand spell. Now we should have our last stage. Here we go. The grand finale. Oh, now we should see the end. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went gazalt before the change was complete. But after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our lives. Oh, and then here we come. What was that? So, what I'm trying to wonder is if those machines, if they're shades, or like,
Emil?
who knows?
Look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Have fun.
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like
It's
camping
okay,
with
Lane.
Kainé. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast.
Neil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
Oh, get lagged. I forgot, I don't even think this leads anywhere. Besides magic items, yep. But I'll take it. So then you can drop down here.
You seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick them aside.
Here we go, bail box before the boss. Here we go into the Lost Shrine, people. Don't you touch them. And now, like, I feel bad because I actually care about this guy now.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying here.
This guy. There we go. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Give me a power.
Foolish creatures. You cannot hope to best me.
Oh, I'm gonna punch him to the left. Epic.
Have you felled the beast?
I don't think so. Those are my friends. I don't even think he said that before.
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this freak, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You got a lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter.
Embrace the
All
slaughter.
you know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kainé?
Easy. Oh, he's gonna get. Oh, oh, the spike. I forgot about this. Kainé! Oh.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I love how he like is talking back now. Let's go. You're gonna get pierced now. Oh. Right in its gut. You fought for your friends, you die for them. Savage. But Kainé.
Are you alright? Kainé!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kainé!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kainé! Kainé!
Or I forgot about this. This is when she gives in. This is when the fleet takes over. This is what would happen.
It's Kainé's shade.
With no other choice, we must strike it down.
Kainé! Come back!
I'm not even messing with you. Easy. You stopped the
Oh,
Berserk
dear.
Kainé within 1 minute. Phew! A true friend. Yep. I'm a true friend.
Kainé! Kainé!
Kainé!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kainé. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care
Facts.
how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kainé. I'm able
Oh.
to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare lick...
All right. Stop crying. And thanks. I'm all right.
Oh, there's something for me. Wait.
Over there.
So the door opens up and is unlocked. Isn't this the first fragment or something? What do we get? Yeah, obtained a mysterious stone fragment.
And what is this?
It's me. It's got some kind of writing.
How remarkably used.
Yeah, we're gonna go as Pope. And the start of the hunt is
It's
now.
a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this.
So that was the Stone Guardian. And alright, we need the 4 other fragments. The Law of Robotics from the factory, Sacrifice, the Memory Tree, and the Royal Cerberus.
I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap.
Or the Junk Heap.
And the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth.
Yeah.
But as for Sacrifice and Loyal
Sacrifice, we gotta
I don't have a
sacrifice, and
clue.
Royal Cerberus is something
Not a
with
problem.
is with the wolves.
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find.
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us
Motorist
undertake-
Just
rampage.
shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah?
Please be careful. Oh, and listen. About Kainé and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
And like that. So we get to choose the head of the Junk Keep or the Forest of the Myth. I think I'm first gonna head for the Forest of the
Hopefully
Myth.
might be able to find
You will forgive.
And leaving it at that, as I'm gonna end the episode here, I'm gonna go save. This is the start of Kanye's story. As although I'm not playing as Kainé, which I suspected, we got to learn a lot of information about Kainé that we didn't know throughout the first playthrough. That she now has this shade named Thrawn, that basically she lost her right arm, her left arm actually, the one that is covered up, and he took it over and gave it back to her and basically possessed her. and now she has to continue to kill things for its thirst, and if she goes soft, he will completely possess her and take over, where she becomes a complete shade, like what just happened in front of our eyes. If you are enjoying this series, as I know not many are staying tuned and not many are enjoying it, but if you are the one of the few that are being, and you're truly enjoying the series just as much as I am, make sure to slap that like button, subscribe, put on post notifications so you don't miss out on when I will be streaming or on future episodes if I can't continue streaming. Leaving it at that, I hope all you wonderful people have a good woofing day. Bye bye, and slap that like button or subscribe button, whatever works for you. Have a good rest of your day.